Om Shanti. Today, 3rd September 2023. Revised Murli 25 November 95. Heading of Murli is Become free from following the dictates of others. That is Parmat. Thinking about others, Parchintan, and looking at others, Pardarshan, and become one who uplifts others. Today, Bap Dada is looking at all of those who are children of the Father, those who are special souls. Whether they are from Bharat or from any corner of foreign land, Bap Dada is seeing all the special souls as being very close to him. Bap Dada is pleased to see his special children. You children also experience happiness seeing the Father, do you not? You feel happy, and this is why you are come running here. So too, the Father also has the happiness that each child of his is a special soul. Whether your soul are old, uneducated, young children in your young youth or householders, you are special souls when compared to the whole world. No matter that they are great scientists who show miracles, even if they have reached the moon, when compared to the special children of the Father, they are ignorant. They know about the 5 elements and have even gained victory over them, but they don't know about the tiny point, the soul. They don't know the self. We are soul. Here, if you ask even a little children, who are you? What would he say? He would say, I am a soul. He would even show you where each soul resides. However, ask a scientist what is a soul, and he has not yet been able to know about souls. No matter how great someone is in terms of history or special in terms of the world, if he does not know himself, then a child of 5 years here is more special. At the beginning, you all had very intoxicating song. Do you remember the song? You used to have a song, no matter how great a lord or merchant someone may be, if he does not know the Alf, no matter how great he is, whether he is a politician, leader or an actor, if he does not know himself, what does he know? So you are such special souls. Here on one side you have uneducated old mother, whereas there on the other side there may have a Mahatma. Yet these old mothers would say with intoxication that they have attained God. The Mahatma would say that it is very difficult to attain God. Whereas here, what would a mother who is 100-year-old and whose intellect has faith say? You might be still searching for God, but I have attained God. So, what is the Mahatma compared to you? Householder would say with intoxication that they sleep in a double bed. While living together, you say, we are still pure, even whilst being together because we have the Father in between us. However, what would a Mahatma say? He would say, it is impossible for fire and a cotton wool to live together. Yet, what is it for you? Householders speak. It is easy or difficult to remain pure. What is it like? It is easy, or does it sometimes feel difficult? Those who are strong can speak in a large gathering and say with intoxication that purity is their original religion. It is not an external religion, but their own religion, original religion. Whatever belongs to you is easy to follow, whereas whatever is external to feel you feels difficult. Impurity is an external religion, whereas purity is your original religion. So, do you know what your specialty? Many new ones have come, but no matter how new you are, the lesson of purity is firm, isn't it? There are even some children who say that for a year until they meet the father, they are alright. And this is because everyone else knows that they are very strong in following the disciplines. However, once they have been to Madhuban and seen it, once they have come here, then they become careless when they return. However, just think about it. To whom did you make the promise of purity? To the Father. It is the Father's order. So, if you become careless after having made a promise to the Father, who would experience the loss? In the Brahmin family, when one leaves, 10 other comes. However, those souls still experience a loss because of being weak. Therefore, those new children who have come here for the first time, you have come to Father's home, and this is your great fortune. However, do not ever let the line of your fortune decrease even slightly. Continue to increase your fortune. In the world outside, when a baby is born, what does everyone say? They say, may he live forever or have a long life. So, Bap Dada also wishes to see the eternal speciality of the special souls, not the speciality of just a short time. It should be the something that one lasts for 1 or 2 years. Only those who remain eternal receive an eternal reward. So, are the mothers strong? Bap Dada is asking, are the mothers strong? Whatever you are, 1 year old, 2 year or 4 years old in knowledge, the completion will take place at same time. Destruction will take place at same time. Or will you say that you are still only 2 years old and that you wish to have your silver jubilee and destruction take place? Is it not possible, no? It will not be like that. This is why those who have come later have to go ahead. You can earn a great deal in a short time. At least you have received some time to make effort. As you make further progress, you will not receive even such much time. You were told earlier that the board of being late has been put up, but the board of being too late has not yet been put up. So all of you are very lucky. Simply continue to move forward whilst keeping your fortune in your awareness. Do not get involved in others' matter. What is the precaution we have to pay attention? Do not involve in other matters. Today, Bap Dada was seeing why the time for making effort of some children goes to waste. No one wants this to happen. You all want your time to be used in a worthwhile way. Yet, in between, sometime half an hour, sometime 15 minutes, sometime even 5 minutes are wasted. So, what is the reason for that? Bap Dada saw that there are 3 reasons why the effort of majority of you are very little or weak. There are 3 reasons we have to pay attention. Number 1, while you continue to move along, you mix the dictates of other souls with Srimad, adulterated Srimad. Someone may have told you something and you would think that the one who has told you that's very good, honest Maharathi. You even have faith in that soul. And when such a soul relates something to you, it is very interesting. It is of course good to hear news. Just as you love listening to the news of the world, so too you also love listening to the news of the Brahmin family. So because of having faith in that soul, you absorb whatever he told you within yourself. So you did not cut him off. So of course it may be true, news can also be true. Not all of it is false. Some may even be honest. But what is the Father's direction? It is Baba's order that you may listen to such news? No. Whatever you have no connection with it, if it is just interesting news and you cannot do anything about it, if you heard it, the news would have entered your intellect and so your time was wasted or not. You mix the dictates of other with the Srimad that you have received from the Father. The Father's direction is that while listening, do not hear. So, why did you hear it? You have instilled that habit. For instance, someone may relate some news to you once and you enjoyed that very much because it was something new. Sometimes it happens that you listen to them once and so where would they go to the second time? If you are taking interest, then where they would go to the second time? They would surely come to you. You become a dustbin for them. Be aware. Whatever such news they have, they will come and relate that to you because you listened to them before. Therefore, explain to them and liberate them from such matters. Do not increase your interest by listening to them. However, if you do listen to them, that much courage you are able to put a full stop for them and for yourself for all the time. Let there not be the slightest feeling of dislike even in your mind or vision for anyone who shares such news. If you have this much power, then this is not listening to them, but it is like bringing benefit for them. However, in the result, it is seen that the majority of you collect dust rubbish and little by little it makes a difference in your behavior and activity. Then even if there is not anything else, you would not have any feeling of serving that soul. But what would you feel heavy? This is known as mixing the decades of other with Srimad. Even Bab Dada listened to the news, but what happened is that the intention of majority of you changes. Even in relating something, the intention changes. Some comes and say, I saw that these two were speaking. Hearing this, the second person say they were standing there but not standing very nicely. So this is an addition. Then a third one say they always do that. Whatever were their feelings and intention about their conversation, they were changed. So this decade of others spoiled the atmosphere. Therefore, the reason the time is wasted is firstly by following the decades of others and secondly by thinking about others. It cannot happen that you hear something and you don't relate it to 8 to or 10 others. This should happen. Even when others are in faraway country, you would write to them about how something has happened there. And that you would definitely tell them about it when they come here. So what is this? Thinking about others. When you tell 4 people about something, you spoil the feeling of the 4 person for that 1 person. Then once the thinking of others starts, its speed becomes very fast and carries on for a long time. Second point, 3 reason for adulterated. Second reason, thinking about others. Don't finish in 1 or 2 seconds. Bab Dada tells you that to make someone interested in listening to knowledge, you should relate knowledge in the form of story. What happened first and then what happened after that. Therefore, their interest increases in this way as to what happened next and what happened after that. This type of thinking about others is also an interest. The other person would then definitely think, what happened next? Yes, it must have like this happened. So the story also become very long. Baap Dada sees and hear about the things in everyone's heart. No matter how much someone tries to hide it, Baap Dada does not reveal it openly in public. But he does know everything and he sees everything. No matter how much someone say, no, I don't ever do this, Baap Dada has register of how many times you did something, what you did, at what time you did it, and how many you did it. Baba has a register of all of that. It is just that he sometimes has to remain quiet. So, the second aspect is in thinking about others. They would never have thoughts of the eternal self. When anything happened, those who think about others would blame others for their own mistakes. And those who think about others are number one in making stories. They would blame others for their mistake and prove themselves be right in such a way that those seniors who hear them would have to remain silent. So having thoughts of the original self is not just repeating point of knowledge or repeating points of knowledge or listening to the points of knowledge. Rather, having thoughts of original self means to finish your own subtle weakness and little meekness by thinking of thoughts. To transform mistake is to have thoughts of your original self. However, all of you are very clever at listening and relating knowledge, that is, at having thoughts of knowledge. That is churning. But the deep meaning of having thoughts of the original self is to be thinking about oneself. When the results are announced, it will not be seen that someone churned the knowledge very well or he used to knowledge for service very well. Before that result, one has to have thought of the original self and transform oneself. To have thoughts of the original self means to bring about transformation. So for the results, Baap Dada is telling you that when the final results are announced, the first marks will be for your being a practical embodiment of dharana. Those who are an embodiment of dharana will be a natural yogis anyways. If you want to claim high marks, what should you have to do? You give lectures on nowadays, on values. So check what you relate to others about their values. First, they are marked for service, but there are also marks for being an embodiment of dharana. 1 mark for service, 10 marks for dharana. Baap Dada is clearing with 1 marks for doing service, giving knowledge to others, 10 marks to dharana. If you are not able to give knowledge, but you are able to create an impact with your dharana, then you can accumulate marks for the service. Many people think nowadays that receive a small chance to do service, that they want to do more service. I should receive a chance first. Why? Others are given chance, so why am I not? It is very good to do service because when your intellect is free, it creates a lot of waste. Therefore, doing service is a very good way of keeping your intellect busy. You had very good enthusiasm for doing service. But according to the drama or the circumstances, you were not given that chance. Then, instead of serving other, your stage feel or the service you did brought about fluctuation. Then what service was that? What practical food would you receive from that service? True service Service done with love and service done with everyone's blessings give the instant practical fruit of happiness. However, while doing service, if you are feeling any ill feeling, do you know what the Brahman feeling is called? What the Brahman called that feeling? Flu. What does someone who has flu do? He goes to sleep. He would not eat anything but would go to sleep. Here too, what happened when something had a bad feeling? He would either stop eating or sit and sulk. So this is also a flu, is it not? If you are an embodiment of dharana and a true server, you would not do service with any selfish motive. One is to do service with the good feelings and other is to do service with selfish motive, such as that your name is glorified, that your photograph will be printed in the newspaper or shown in TV, or this will happen. There are many ways for your name to be glorified among the Brahman. Your teacher would keep you in front and would ask about you. All those feelings are of service done with selfishness. However, according to the present time, according to the relevation at this time, service will now come to you. The aspect of the time of the establishment was something different. You will not have to chase after service. Service will still come walking to you. If you are a true server and you don't receive any service, Bab Dada says that you still have to serve with your face and your behavior. Let your face give a vision to a father. Let your face and your behavior remind others of the Father. This is the foremost service. Be such serviceable soul who do not have any selfish motive. Don't think that you are alone, should be given a chance. I should be given a chance. Why am I not given this chance? I should be given this chance. Such thoughts are called selfishness. Even thought your name is not well known in Brahman family, that you are a good server, yet your name is not known yet. The Father has your name. Since your name is in the Father's heart, what more do you want? And not just in the Father's heart, but Bab Dadas keep the counts. When the final number is given, your name will be ahead. You may not have received a chance, you may be right, but you were not given a chance, so that is also noted. If you asked for chance and did something, and you also had some marks cut by doing that, the account of Dharamraj is no less. It is very subtle account. This is why you have to be a good server. You should not have any selfish motive. You should have the motive of bringing benefit. For instance, if you are given chance but someone else thinks that it would be very good if he received that chance and that person is also worthy of it, then if you give the chance to that one, your share is accumulated in that. Even if you did not do it, even by giving someone else that chance to do, you accumulate your share of it. You do wish to become a true diamond, and so you must understand the account. Do not move along carelessly and think it is all right, it happened anyway. The account book is very subtle. The father does not have to do anything. Everything is automatic. Sometime Bab Dada look at the children's account book. The first aspect is following the decades of other, and second is thinking about others. Third is looking at others. Pardarshan. The majority of you is very clever at looking at others. When you look at others, where would that vision go afterwards? It would then enter your intellect. However, how can those who use their time in looking at others have time to look their own self? Many children think that many things happen and that happen whatever. They hear about it and see it. The greater the gathering, the more things happen. Why do these things happen? Many think that these things should not happen. It is right to say that they should not happen, but why do you spend time on whatever you think should not happen? These things are a test paper. The greater the study, the harder the paper. To create the atmosphere is a test paper for everyone. To what extent do you keep yourself safe from following the dictates of others, from thinking about others, and from looking at others? There are two separate things. One is responsibility to look and hear with the feeling of benevolence. It is all right that it's your responsibility and you have benevolent feelings. However, to see or listen to or think about others, think about them, and thereby create an upheaval in your stage is wrong. If you consider yourself to be responsible, then before taking on that responsibility, you must make your brake very powerful. Before you drive up a hill, you are warned in advance to check your brakes. Responsibility is also to have an elevated stage. You may take a responsibility, but first check whether you are able to put a dot in a second. Or it is not that you put a dot, but instead of a dot, question mark is applied. That is wrong. Your time and energy are wasted in that. First of all, make your brake powerful. You saw something, you heard something, and you brought benefit. You did as much as possible and put a full stop. If you have such a stage, then take that responsibility. Otherwise, see but do not see, hear but not hear. Maintain thoughts of your original self. This is benefit in this. So, what is the lesson of today? These three aspects: become free from following the dictates of others, from thinking about others and looking at others. What else? What should to do? Become free from these things and imbibe one thing. This one thing is to be one who uplifts others. Finish these three things to do with others and instead do this one thing for others, that is uplift others. Do you know how to do this? Which things will you liberate yourself from? What will you mothers do? Will you uplift your children or others? Become those who uplift everyone. It is very easy or difficult? Acha. Blessing for today is, may you be powerful and become a Mahavir to restore with the life-giving herb the consciousness of those who have become unconscious. Detail. Because the sun is very powerful, it spreads its light everywhere with its power. Similarly, you have to become powerful and give everyone the life-giving herb and continue to the service of making unconscious one conscious. You will then be called a Mahavir. Constantly be aware that you have to become victorious and make everyone else victorious. The way to become victorious is to keep yourself busy. Stay busy in taking the benefiting yourself and the world, and the atmosphere will then continue to become one that destroys obstacles. Slogan for today is, let your heart be constantly focused on the one comforter of heart. This is real tapasya. Acha, Om Shanti.